G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Right, today. Now, do you remember when I did my crushed velvet tray? Let me just grab it for you. It's over here. Now, do you remember this one? And I said to you, I'm going to do the same, use the same insert, the crushed velvet insert, but I was going to try and do a clock. So I'm going to do that today. So, yay! So I'll put this away now. Put it back over here, safe out of the way. And so I also did these crushed velvet coasters a little while ago. Now the tray, I used this one, the sort of greeny chameleon pigment powder. I don't know if you can see it changing colour there, but that one. And today I thought I'd use the sort of a bluey purple one. Let's get those out of the way as well. This one, depending on how you, or what light you look in it, you get different colours. You get blues, you get purples. So I'm going to use that one. And when I did the tray, I'll just have to go through this a bit for you. When I did the tray, I put the insert in. Get it over, yeah. Make sure that you've cleaned the bottom of your insert and your bottom of your tray, because if there's any like bits of, I don't know, maybe bits of plastic or glass or leftover resin on that, when you push it down onto that, it might mark this. So make sure everything's nice and clean. Whoops, there's a hair. Didn't do the sides. Right, and then just have to sort of pull that edge of the tray mold out and push that one down. It is made to fit this mold, but you just need to sort of pull it down a little bit like that and wedge it in, push it down. If you haven't got it quite centered, just pick it up and move it over a little bit. Try and get it as centered as possible. I did go over a whole thing with some tape, but more has flown in. So with the tray, I put the mold in and I brushed the mold with my chameleon pigment. Do you remember that? And then I poured black over it. I waited a day, I flipped it upside down, took the insert out, and then put clear on top. Today I'm going to do it backwards. I'm going to do it the opposite way. So instead of dusting the actual mold with the pigment powder, I'm going to pour clear resin on. I'm going to wait. Hopefully I can come back and do it this evening, because I don't want to have to wait a whole day. And then I'm going to peel the mold out, and then what I've got left, my resin, then I'm going to dust with the mica powder. So the first one I dusted the mold, and today's one I'm going to dust the resin. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you. So I'm going to get on with it. I've made up about 500 grams, 2 cups of resin. I'm using the Platinum Ultra Clear because it's a nice thin one. You can torch the bubbles really easily. You can see the bubbles on top there. And it's relatively cheap. Just going to torch those. If you use a really thick resin, the bubbles have trouble coming up to the surface. So I'm going to pour this on. Hopefully it's clean. I guess it doesn't really matter that much because you're going to cover it with pigment powder. There's some little bits on there I can't get off. Now you'll probably have a tiny little bit of resin that sort of runs down along the sides. Can't do much about that. It's just how it is. I can't make this any bigger or it won't fit in. But when the whole thing's out and done, you won't even notice it. Here we go. We should make sure we're still taping. Are we still taping? Yes. All right. Here we go. Nothing terribly exciting. Just going to pour clear over. There are micro bubbles in the resin, in my jug here, but can't do much about that. I'm hoping that they will all rise to the surface and I'll be able to torch them. You have to be really careful if you're torching near silicone. If you've got a flame, obviously it'll burn. If you get too close, it'll actually fuse your mold to the resin, and when you pull it out, the silicone will get stuck and stay in there. So just be really careful. I just want to make sure that I'm not putting too much in for the first layer. You do need enough to cover everything, and then remember, when you peel the insert out, you're going to have that much left again to then pour your black on. So don't worry about that. It's a little bit more that's needed. I've made sure that my board here is nice and level. I've got 2 pop sticks under this side and 1 on this side. Oops, there's a hair. I thought I got all the hairs. There's always something, isn't there? Always a stray hair. And where did it go? There. Get out. It's sort of stuck down the side. All right, so I can see there's a little bit there still sticking up of the mold. So I need to just put a little bit more resin on. Just make sure everything's covered. It's a tiny bit left. All right, so now I'm going to give it a bit of a torch. You could also, if you want to, spray with alcohol. And I'll probably do that as well. I've got the 100% isopropyl, and I'm just going to spray the surface from a distance, like so. That'll pop any bubbles that are immediately on the surface, and if any rise up before the alcohol has evaporated, it will get them as well. So, bubble there. They tend to be around the edges there. So I'm going to stop the video now because you don't need to see me torching bubbles. I'm going to come back in every 5 minutes, and I'm going to torch very lightly, or I'm going to spray with the alcohol. And then I will see you again when it's time to unmold this. And then I'll go through what I'm using. I'll tell you all about that, and we'll go to the next stage. All right, see you soon. Hey guys, I'm back. It's, what is it? 5:15 in the afternoon. It's set. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but I don't want to leave it till tomorrow. So let's see if I can take it out. It's a bit bendy. Let's just do it. I'll be careful. Ideally, you would wait till the next day, but I'm too impatient. Is it going to be all right? Is it going to be all right? Now I can see there's a little bit of a mean blush there happening, so I'm probably going to have to do a top coat. I'm just going to flip it over, pop it back in straight away. If it'll fit in, maybe I haven't got it quite set up right. Got to make sure that it's set up correctly to go back in again. Push it down. There we go. Oh, yep, fits like a glove. Just pull this back and make sure that it's in all the way around. No little lips anywhere. Push it down. So what you can see underneath on the bottom, that's going to be the top side of the clock. All right, let's peel this off. There we go. Comes off beautifully. Look at that. Woohoo! It's done its job. I'll put it over here. Okay, so I've got a little bit of overflow there that I can see. Yeah, see, ideally, I guess, if you waited till it was hard, the next day you could just trim that. Look, I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just going to put it back. You know how I said a little bit creeps underneath? I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just going to leave it like that because it's got a nice little seal there. I'm just going to push that down, make sure it's in all the way. Because I guess you could take it out and then trim all the way around, but because we're putting another layer on top, I don't think it's going to matter. Right, now I'm going to use this. This is the Interfere Who, and it's a chameleon pigment, and it's by glitterandcraftsforyou.com. So this is the one that goes the purpley blue. I wrote on the lid so I could see, because you can't really tell looking in that. Right, so here we go. I'm just going to dip my little makeup brush in and off we go. I don't know that I'll put too much on. I think sometimes if you don't put a lot on, you can maybe see a little bit more of the black sort of underneath. But I'll just do it. Make sure you're getting into all your little crevices. I'm going to put you on fast forward so I can sort of take my time a little bit, because it's getting dark now outside. I haven't really got very good light, so it's a little bit difficult. It's very glary. So I'm going to put you on pause. I'll speed up the film, and I'll come back to you once I've made up some resin. Actually, no, I'll come back to you before then. Hang on. I'm back. I've done that. It was really hard to see. It was much easier to see where I had already brushed when I had like black on the back. But now that it's clear on white, it's a bit hard to see. But I'm going to show you just like this over the top so you can see the sort of purpley look to it. The shimmer. So yeah, it's really hard to see if I've got everywhere. But I'm okay with not putting as much on as last time. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see. But anyway, I'm going to mix up some black resin now. I'm going to use this one, the Art Tree Creations in the Batman Black. And I'll be back. I don't think I've left too much in the little creases, in the folds, so to speak. I didn't want to have excess. The first time I did this with the coasters, I put too much on. So we'll see what happens. See what it looks like. All right, I'll be back shortly. So I've got another jug of resin. I have got another 2 cups, and we'll put some of this black in. Make it nice and opaque, so a big scoop. I don't know if that's too much. Big scoop. What if I can get that onto that? And then I don't have to dirty another stick too much. I don't know. All right, let's stir that in. See how that goes. So I gave it a very, as you saw, well, you probably couldn't see that well because it was all sped up, but I gave it a very light dusting. Certainly not as much as I did when I did the first coaster of the chameleons. I better not put it on the table because I'm going to shake the table and then shake the tripod and shake the camera, which will shake you. All right. May have to put more in. We'll see. I'll give it a good stir. Probably should have done this beforehand, hey, but I thought maybe you'd like to see how much I put in. If I was watching someone do it, I'd like to know how much they put in. So I can still see the stick through there, and I don't want to see the stick through there, so I may have to put some more in. Just make sure I've stirred it enough though, because maybe I haven't stirred it all in, because it's pretty thick. That, I think it thickens up the pigment paste. If it hasn't been used for a while, it tends to thicken up. And you can always put it in a hot bath, a hot water bath, to soften it again and to thin it out again. I've done that before. That works well. I think it just needed a bit of an extra stir actually. It's becoming more opaque now with the stirring. So I think what I'm going to have to do, because I used that cheap resin for my first coat and I could already see that it had the Amin bloom on it, I'm going to have to, when the black layer is set, I'm going to have to flip it over again and do just a very thin top coat in my Dalchem. All right, that looks good. That looks perfect. I think that will do. Leave that there so you can see what it was that I was using. And here we go. So this is going to be the back. This will be the back of the clock that we're going to be pouring onto now. So when we take it out of the mold, the bit that's underneath that's touching this board will be the front, the top, which I'm going to have to do the top coat on. All right, here we go. Pour that in. So move it around like this rather than just pour into one area, because I don't want to like pour in with too much force in the one area and then it dislodges all that mica powder. So we'll see if this works this way rather than pouring it just all into one spot. And hopefully I've made up enough to cover everything. Oh, I hope I have, because I can still see little mountains poking through. I might not have. Oh my gosh. It's taken me a little while to work out exactly how much I need for this particular mold and insert. So that was 2 cups. I probably need another half a cup. All right, I'm going to have to make up another half a cup. I'll do that now. And in the meantime, these bubbles can rise and come to the surface while I quickly mix up another. What do you think? Another half a cup? I do need to leave a little bit of space for the top coat, but I'll just do another half a cup, and then I'll come back to you. Let's see if I can put you on pause again. Righto. Look, I haven't torched yet. Look at all my bubbles, but I did make up some more resin. Another half a cup. So we'll just put a little bit in. Actually, we don't need that much, do we? In comparison, no, look, I'm just going to do that. Why not? I'll just clean this one off and I can use him again. All right, let's mix that in. I think I was mixing a bit fast. I was in a hurry. I've got a lot of bubbles in there, but you can see all those bubbles that have come to the surface. Can you see me in the mirror? Hi! Looks like a mirror, doesn't it? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Is that how it goes? Oops. I've just used the same jug. And then I'll wipe it out with paper towel when I'm done. I do want to give it a quick torch. Shall we see what the alcohol does? Now that you're up there and you can see all the bubbles, let's spray. 100% isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. hopefully you could have seen the bubbles go. I'm just going to give it a minute to settle, and then I'm going to torch again. Or I'm going to torch. I don't want to torch now because I'll probably set it on fire. No, alcohol and flame do not mix. So we'll wait until the alcohol's had a chance to absorb. Not absorb. Evaporate. Evaporate. That's the word I'm looking for. And then I'm going to go and order some dinner. Order online and they deliver it for free. I think we're going to have some Asian tonight. Get all that off my stick. Push it back in. How's that looking? All right, beautiful and opaque. I think I've got it all mixed in. Fast forward if you don't want to see me mix. I know it's a bit of a pain. All right, let's torch. What's going on? Oh, see, I haven't got any down there. I haven't got any resin down there. Let's give it a quick torch for bubbles. You can see some of the pigment powder has come up to the surface. There's really not much in the way of bubbles there at all. The alcohol did a pretty good job. Torch in there. Okay, here we go. So you can see there's a few little areas that are higher. It's just the way I made the mold. I might have, scrunched it a little bit too much. So there's some pigment powder in my jug from, there's a little bit in there, yeah, a little bit in there, just from what I had in my, like on the stick. I'm just going to push that in there. Make sure it's touching the edges. Okay. All right, here we go. Hopefully we've got enough. I'll move it around again so it can blend. It might be slightly different color. Not that it's going to make any difference. It's just going to all be black. And I'm not going to stir in there because I don't want to upset my mica powders. You can see there's a lot of bubbles there as well now. Again. All right. I'm going to wipe that out with the paper towel in a minute. But let's just torch again. Actually, let's do the alcohol. That worked really well. Here we go. You see that big area there of bubbles? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One for luck. There we go. Covered the whole thing. And the bubbles are pretty much gone. I can see a few that are coming up and popping still. It's all sort of jiggly and poppy on top there. So again, I'll give it a few minutes to settle. I'm going to come back and torch. And then I'm going to see you tomorrow because I'm going to finish this and I'm going to go and order my dinner. I'm going to clean out my jug. And yeah, I'm going to have to wait for tomorrow. We'll unmold it. And then I'm probably going to have to do another coat, a clear coat on the other side. I guess that's the only problem with doing it this way. Well, mind you, when I did my tray, I did a top coat as well. But I didn't have to. Like, if I did it the other way, where I poured the clear last, I could have just used the Dalchem, as a top coat. But it would have been a lot of it because it was 2 cups and then another half a cup for the top coat. So I chose to do it that way because the top coat's more expensive. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, it's the next day. Oh, I'm excited. I'm always excited when it's unmolding day. Oh my gosh. All right, it's set. Now you can see a little bit of the pigment on the top there. It always rises to the top. But this is the back. So I've got my little clock mechanism here that I bought. It's got some gold hands. I thought gold might be nice. My numbers haven't arrived yet. I've ordered gold numbers, but they haven't arrived yet. So I'll just have to be patient and wait till they get here. But in the meantime, drum roll. Let's get this baby out and see. Oops, we're suctioned to the silicone mat. Let's see what it's going to look like, hey? Should come out really nice and easily. So I'm keen to see whether or not dusting on the resin or dusting on the silicone insert makes any difference at all. I don't know. All right, let's get this out. Feels like there's a little bit there that I've missed. Might have to just fill that in a little bit. All right, let's move the big daddy out of the way. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is. Wowzers. Let's put it down. Okay, so what I can see straight off the bat is there's a few little dimples in here on the top, which isn't going to be a problem because I'm going to do a top coat anyway. But if I did it, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat in the morning. If I had done it the other way, where like this one, where I had what did I do with this one? I had the silicone insert in there first, and then I dusted it, poured the black on it, then turned it over, and then I could just do my nice clear top. But because I did it the opposite way on this one, when I put my clear side back down, it's obviously caught a few little like air bubbles and things, because there's a few little dips. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a few little dips. So because when I put that back into the mold, you know, it didn't, there was a few little bubbles and air and stuff in it. So obviously that's not the way to do it. But I wanted to just, you know, experiment and see which of the two ways was going to be best. But doing it this way is best. I don't think you get any advantage to actually dusting the silicone insert as opposed, no, siliconing the, start again. This one I dusted the resin. This one I dusted the silicone. This one was easier because I could see where I was dusting. This one was not so easy because I was dusting on clear. Maybe if you had like a coloured dust instead of like this white one, white on white, it was a little bit difficult to see. But I'm going to pop that back in now. Get it out of the way. So yeah, putting it back down, oops, get that straight, putting it back down like that to do the other side was not the best option. So I'm going to have to put it back in, and because I've got the amine bloom anyway, I'll bring you down and show you what I mean about that. The amine bloom. So normally you wouldn't have to, you know, do as many steps as this, but it was an experiment. Like I said, I wanted to see what would happen if I did it one way, where I dusted the silicone insert, or the other way when I dusted straight onto the resin. So what I need to do now is I need to do a top coat with my Dalchem to cover in the little imperfections there, and also my amine bloom that I got from that other resin, because I don't get the amine bloom from this top coat resin. Now I'm going to take you down and show you what I mean. Around the corner. See if we can pick up the different colours actually while we're here. So we're kind of a blue there, and then we go around here, and we're kind of more purple there, aren't we? Look at that. So more purple there. Okay, so you can see in the light there, see the little dips there where there's a little bit of air being caught underneath. So, you know, I'm quite happy to show you things that work and things that don't work. I think it's important that we learn. So there's those little dips there. You can see them there. So I'll put the top coat on, it'll fill those up. And also the amine bloom there. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There in the center. I don't know if you can see. It's just there. I can feel it. kind of scratchy. You can feel that there's a residue on the top there. Sort of see it when the light shines over it. So I'm going to do a top coat. I won't bother you with it, but I'll do that. And then we'll come and I'll have to drill a hole in the center. I'll have to go up to the man shed and find the drill and put a hole in it in the center. But I can't, yeah, I'll do that. And then I'm still waiting for my numbers to arrive anyway. But let's see if we can see the color shift, hey, because that's really pretty. So there's the purple. We'll come around, and then it's more blue there. That's a bit glary, but yeah, blue, pretty, really pretty. All right, I'm going to go and do that now, do the top coat, and I'll see you when my numbers arrive, and we'll put this baby together. All right, see you soon. Righto, it's actually been a couple of days, because my numbers still haven't arrived. I ordered them like over a week ago. So I'm going to unmold. Hubby got home this morning. I'm going to ask him to drill a hole in the center. 8mm drill bit. Because that is the size that we need for this little doohickey. My clock mold has already got the little, you would have seen my clock mold already. It's got the little thingy built in already, which makes it easy. It's really hard to do this. But yeah, you need an 8mm drill bit. My clock mold has an 8mm center. So let's, without further ado, let's get this baby out, and then I can take it up to the man shed. It wants to pop out already, look. It just says, yes, let me out. There we go. And I've got a little bit of sanding to do. I think I will paint the edges in gold with this one. Look at that. Love it. Huge tray mold. It's good because you can do anything you want with it. I mean, you can do the silicone insert for my crushed velvet if you want to, or you can just use it as a tray and use it as a clock, put your own numbers in it. It's nice and deep so you can actually put things in it, you know. Love it. Lots more ideas of what to do with that one. So let's have a little look at this. I'm going to come around the back and see if I can pick up some colours. Put you on autofocus. All right. Right, there's the blues. How am I going to show you the different colours? Oh, look, there's some purple. There's some purple. It's really hard to pick up the colours. And then we go that way, and there's the blue. That way, and the purple. It's tricky. It's glary in here. What if I turn this ring light off? It goes much darker when you haven't got the ring light on. But I don't know that the colours are as true without it. But you can see the different colours. It just shines better with the ring light, hey? So that's it there. So I need to work out where the centre is. It's quite thick and chunky, isn't it? Look at that. So I need to work out where the centre is, and take it up to the man shed and ask hubby to drill a hole. So when you're drilling, start from the back in case you slip or miss or something. Don't go from the front. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll be back soon. Guess what? My numbers just arrived. So yay! I was up at the shed with hubby, and he drilled the hole, the 8mm hole, and we checked the letterbox, and there was a parcel there for me. So they're bigger than what I remember ordering. So yeah, oh, there's a fingerprint there. I wonder if that'll come off. We're holding on to it to drill it before it's probably set. But anyway, oh, that'll be covered. Anyway, yeah, so these are actually they're hard plastic. I don't know what I was expecting, but See, I could have ordered, there were either 2.5 centimeters, which is that, or 4.5 centimeters, which is this. And I went for the bigger ones, but now in hindsight, I'm thinking, oh, they're a bit big. So I'm going to glue them on. I'm just going to do that. All right. So I'm going to start with 12, 3, 6, 9 and get the spacing done. And we'll see how we go from there. I'm going to sort of just try and almost touch the edge, but not. Oh, this is going to be so tricky to do, you guys. So tricky. All right, I'm just going to go for it. Got my Yoo-hoo glue. Now, I've got to be careful not to put too much on, because if it oozes out, that might be a bit much. If it oozes out, it's going to go onto the resin and we'll see it. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. There we go. Stick him down. It's just an all-purpose adhesive, so hopefully it will work. There we go. 12. Oh my gosh. And because I guess it's got a little bit of wriggle room in it, you can move it slightly if you think, oh, it's not quite right. So we'll try and balance that with the 6. And see if I can get that in line. Do you think they're too big? I mean, big's good. I like big. You know, they make a statement. If you had tiny little numbers, I don't know. When I decided to get them, because like I said, I could have got the 2.5 centimeter or the 4.5, and I decided, no, I'd rather go big, but now they do look very big. There's a bit of glue there. Better do it over here. So I might do a couple. Well, I'll do this, and then I'll put you on time lapse and I'll speed it up a little bit. I was thinking about painting the edge in gold as well, but I don't know if I'll do that now because it's got so much gold on it already. What do you think? I wish you guys could answer me. I guess you'll tell me afterwards. You know what? I could just do, now is that going to be level? I could just do those ones. Is that level? Oh, I don't know. Close enough. Without getting like a ruler or anything, I don't know that I could tell if they were level. Whoa, they're sticking down already. Oh, look, if it's out, it's only going to be out by 1 millimeter. I think it'll be fine. Now, I could just leave it like that, couldn't I? Because some clocks just have those, just like that. I'll have a think about it. I'll ask hubby to come in and have a look and see what he thinks. Because I could just do that and then have the hands. I'll think about it. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back. Knowing me, I'll want to put them all on though, but we'll see what happens. All right, as you can see, I decided to do them all. I know it looks a little bit busy Go away, fly. But look, I had them. It's fine. Now I've got my battery. I'll put that in. Which way does that go? That way. Pop that in. The little thingy there is spinning inside, so I can see that the battery is working. So that's good. So the first thing we need to do is the little rubber stopper thing. Now, this one didn't come with a hook. I bought this one on eBay. It didn't come with a hook. Some do. I have ordered clock mechanisms with hooks attached, so that I can sell them with my clock mold. So we'll see what happens. So this rubber thingy goes on there, like so. I don't know which way it goes, but I might do it that way. And then this, try not to knock my numbers. I've just done them, but I don't want to wait any longer. So that just goes in there. I'm going to make sure that it's the right way up. So that little rubber thing just kind of stops the mechanism from scratching. I think that's right. I can turn it later. I'm just gonna pop it there for now. I have to get this fly. It's driving me crazy. Come here and die. Oh my gosh. I always get one fly in here. It bugs me. Haha, bugs me. So the next thing we put on, because it comes with a, what's that one called? That's the washer, and that's the, I can't remember what it's called, but the little flat one goes on next. And then that one. Rightio. Now, I've just put some pop sticks underneath, just so that it wouldn't wobble when I'm trying to work on it. So there's the little spacer and the washer. Now I've got my hands. So start with the small one, pop that on, and then the bigger one, pop that on, give it a push. It should go click. You can hear it go click. Make sure it covers the, yep, we're just going to cover the top number there. Now this one did have a second hand, like a red one, and I didn't want to use it, so I just snipped them off because I still want to use the top plates. Otherwise you've just got like a little weird looking top piece there. So oh, there we go, push it down a little bit harder. You'll feel if it needs to be pushed down anymore. You can sort of feel the resistance there. And then this top one, this is a bit tricky to do. It's got a tiny little hole in it. You've got to make sure you're pushing it in straight. And then it'll go click as well. Probably won't go down as much as you expect it to because it would normally have some hands on it. There we go, that'll do, hey. Look, I made a clock! The hands that came with the set, even though I ordered gold, it looked to me as if it was more of a rose gold. So I just got my can of gold paint. I'll grab it, and I just spray painted them. I just took them outside, put on a piece of cardboard and spray painted it just with my gold. So you can have hands whatever colour you want. Like if you want hot pink, just spray paint them hot pink. Or maybe just, I don't know, texture, pen, whatever you've got. So there we go. What do you think? Oh, love it. I know it's a bit much, you know, it's a bit much. It's a bit out there. It's a bit in your face with the big numbers, but I love it. Let me know what you think, guys. I'll set it up so I can take a photo. I'll move these pop sticks from underneath so you can see what's going on. And yeah, let me know what you think. You love it or you hate it, I don't know. But love the crushed velvet look underneath. It's very unique. It's really pretty. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you real soon for the next video. Bye for now.